Mr. Dr. Ioannis Kordatos, General Secretary of WIMA and Managing Director of Hellenic Welding Association. The topic of the panel will be shipbuilding and repairs. I call to the floor the following speakers: Dr. George Koros, C.E.O. of Salamis Shipyards, Mr. Benoit Chapalain, C.E.O. of NAVAL Group Hellas, and Mr. Tasos Rozolis, C.E.O. of AKMON, President of the Board of Directors of SEKPY. I give the floor to Mr. Kordatos.
So last panel for this day. Quite interesting topics, I think. But now, as we are here in a conference of sustainability and innovations in shipping, this is the topic of shipbuilding and ship repairs. I think it's very interesting, and it affects most of the companies of WIMA. So we are very, very pleased to have here Dr. George Koros, which is the CEO of Salamis Shipyards. Very pleased to have here Benoit Chapalain, which is the CEO of NAVAL Group Hellas. And of course, Mr. Tasos Rozolis, which is the CEO of AKMON and President of SEKPY. We all know this nice organization which concerns company activated in naval business. So, I will ask, I feel very nice to have this nice company here. They are my friends. So, first of all, I would like to give the role to Mr. Koros, because to my friend George, because I'm really impressed from the developments that Salamis Shipyards had during the last 12 months, actually. So what's going on there, George? I mean, it's fantastic. You are operating, you are in the defense business, you are in so many activities. Please explain us what happened.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. What has happened? Well, Salamis Shipyards has been active in this business for decades, in the commercial side of things. We have been doing shipbuilding, we've done ship repair, of course, and we specialize in ship conversions and niche special projects. In the past 12 months, we've had the pleasure, the honor to be partners of NAVAL Group. Thank you very much for that. We are building pre-outfitted hull blocks for the Belarus frigates, for the French and the Hellenic navies. And we are a permanent part of the supply chain of NAVAL Group. Further to that, we were recently awarded the project of reactivating the Ireland-class OPVs that the US Coast Guard is handing over to the Hellenic Navy. And we are in, constant talks and business as usual to develop as many more projects as we can.
So, yes, just one thing, because I would like to know, we are talking about Greek shipbuilding here. What were the characteristics, the critical factors that, according to your opinion, that make Salamis Shipyards, for example, to be awarded for such a project? I mean, what we're talking about here? We're talking about quality, we're talking about consistency, we're talking about professionalism, because this is what we have to know also in order to evaluate the way forward for the Greek shipbuilding industry.
Well, first of all, I think it's generally speaking, being good at anything, especially in our side of the business, shipyards, shipbuilding, I think it's first of all a matter of culture. Talking about us, I think, you see, before we talk about us, Greek shipbuilding hasn't seen days of glory for decades. We haven't seen significant steps forward since perhaps the days of Niarchos and Scaramanga shipyards, where we saw amazing projects global-wide, basically. What we are trying to do at the moment is basically do our best. You see, you mentioned the key factors that have led us to this, so to speak, pray to God, success. I think it has to do with our past experience. I think it has to do with the ability to adapt to the different needs of very diversified projects. I think this stems from the ship conversion side of things, because every ship conversion project is very different to one another. Different risks, different technical capacities that you need to have, different management structures. So we've learned, because we're specialists in this, to adapt to new things very quickly. So we had the opportunity to study the requirements of the naval projects, and we were able to adapt, I believe, quite quickly to what is required. That's one. Another important factor, I think, was the fact that we embrace our partners' knowledge and know-how, and we want it. We believe it is a way to better yourself, to improve yourself. It's a good business idea to use someone's know-how that stems from different experiences to yours, and you can build on this. It's this culture that really, I think, helps when it comes to, especially with Naval Group's project, which was perhaps the most demanding project we've done so far. A third factor, I believe, stems from the fact that we are a Greek company that had to survive the Greek crisis of the past decade, the austerity measures crisis, the coronavirus crisis. So we had to innovate, and we had to develop and reinvent ourselves. We had to design project management techniques, production techniques, again from scratch, in order to be competitive and in order to be as effective as possible, because the competition the past decade or so was fierce. So having survived that, we grew stronger, and the knowledge we have, it has tremendous value. The fourth factor that I really hold that's very dear to my heart personally, is taking pride in your work. Taking pride in your work is basically a culture that we encourage in our organization. Basically, what is it? It's don't cut corners. Do it the proper way. Embrace quality in every part of your business routine. Communication, welding, any procedure in ship production. So you really have to take that very, very personally, so that people embrace what you do, and hopefully you get a big bravo, you get a big bonus, or depends on your position, you are rewarded for your efforts. I think it's this mentality that really drives any business into improvement and any sort of innovation and any sort of success in any field.
All right, very, very nice. But I want to hear it from the other side now, from Mr. Benoit. I think from your side, what was the criteria? Naval Group is a big company. We came to Greece, of course, awarded with a big naval project. But you were in the position to make cooperations, to find for synergies, to select teams, and to work together with companies and so on. What was from your point of view, the criteria, what you were looking for from a Greek shipyard?
Thank you, Ioannis. Thank you, Georgios. So yes, Naval Group is a French company. So first I would like to congratulate the Greek football team for yesterday, because scoring twice in 5 minutes is quite impressive. So bravo. And so Naval Group is a big group. We are 17,000 people worldwide, with a location in 18 countries. Our turnover is 4.3 billion, and our order book is above 15 billion, ranging from frigates, submarines, including nuclear submarines, and aircraft carrier, mine hunters, and so all the type of vessels. And we are designers, builders, but also we do the maintenance of the fleet. And so we have been honored in March 2022 to be selected by the Greek government to provide 3 Bellara frigates, the same as the one we were building for the French Navy. So at that time, we decided, it was a commitment from Naval Group to increase and to develop its footprint in Greece by allocating some contracts of productions to Greek companies. So we have 2 good examples here behind me, with Salamis shipyard for the blocks, and AKMON also for the consoles and cabinets for the combat systems. So we follow a very stringent process first. We started in 2021 with a kind of mapping of the Greek companies. We made some pre-selections. Then we conducted dedicated audits on the technical part, quality management, and then there were also a qualification process. So everything is quite long. And the message also for the Greek companies that we are a big company, so it can be long, but at the end we have results. And if we take the example of Salamis shipyard, I think they were qualified, fully qualified in June 2022, and in October 2022 we awarded the first contract for 3 blocks for the FDI frigates, and which is to note, it was not for the Greek one, but for the French one. So it means that we were very confident also on the quality and the capability of delivering in time, because the French DGA is also as stringent as is your GDIA here. So this is the way. So we have provided together to accompany Salamis shipyard. If I take the example of Salamis, we provided some transfer of technology through documentation, processes, and also technical assistance, as we have, at the moment, we have 1 engineer and 1 technician permanently located in Salamis shipyard. And so after, maybe I will have time to elaborate on the feeling that we have with the cooperation with Salamis, which is exceptional and very, very positive.
Very kind.
This was one of my next questions, but you give me now the opportunity to ask. I don't want to hear about pleasant surprises. I want to hear about unpleasant surprises from the cooperation, not for Salamis shipyard, but with all Greek companies that you're cooperating. Because we need this feedback, we need this, let's say, honest opinion from your side. We are in a closed circle here, in order to understand how we can do it better.
Okay. So the first time I visited Salamis shipyard, it was in April 2022. When I go to Salamis shipyard today, it has changed a lot, and every week it's changing. They were starting the building of Navy ships, military ships, which was new for them. So this was the challenge. But what we have seen there is, I would like to use the word agility, because so we presented the processes and what we had to build. Very quickly, they presented us their capability plan, how they were going to invest and modify the yard in order to be able to fulfill the requirement and to produce in time. And what they have written in their plans, they are executing it. And so now you have new machines, and And once again, the agility, two things, the agility and also the commitment of all the chain of the people within Salamis, from the welders up to the highest level of management, which is very impressive and make us very confident. And so confident that we placed in October a second order for another frigate. And we do hope that we can continue and extend this cooperation, of course, in the future, and not only for the French or for the FDI frigate.
Okay. So you didn't give me any negative things, only positive, but I will ask you again later on. So
I'm a positive man, you know.
Yeah, okay.
The negative one, we deal with them and we process and...
Not for Salamis shipyard, I mean for all the cooperations with Greek companies.
Yes.
This is...
Yes, okay, what I can... for
what
example,
you don't like about this?
We have a very stringent process, rules for safety, for example.
Yes.
So maybe at the beginning there were some discrepancies between the level that we have in our yards in France and the one there were in Salamis, but there was a plan also to work together, and we sent also our expert, because what is very impressive, very I would say pleasant with Salamis, that they, as you said, Yorgos previously, they want to learn, they want to improve. So we have made recommendations, and they are fulfilling the recommendation that we have, and so it's a ramp up, I would say, in the skills of the yard. So this, for me, this is not negative. It's contrary. It's positive, because the capability of improvement to reach highest level. I can tell you that the FDI frigates are complex ships in terms of shipbuilding. And they do it. They do it well.
Thank you.
If I may just add, thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for your almost kind words in the end. No, but he's absolutely right. You see, as you are very well aware, as everyone here in this industry is very well aware, all the Greek shipyards have basically been surviving the past many years from ship repair. Ship repair is a very different environment to what Naval Group is doing in France. It's a ship production plant. It's very strict rules in everything. It has, because I visited them, it's a fantastic management throughout, bottom to top. And this is a culture that the ship repair industry is not used to, because it is impossible to predict everything in ship repair. You know very well that you go to repair, say, a bulk carrier or a tanker. The basic and fundamental safety procedures that are in place, as required by law, are always followed, but they are not, I'm talking about the legal requirements here. Even the legal requirements are not enough to satisfy the standard procedures for safety in Naval Group, in Lorient, that I've seen. So all of us here have had to learn to live on staging and working on staging on a vessel, in a cargo tank or in a cargo hold or on a crane, in very different scenarios than what is the standard norm in a naval building facility. So it is an actual fact that there is a difference there. But of course, and thank you very much for this, as Mr. Chapalain has said, we are adapting. We are adapting. And this comes back to what I said before. We embrace the other party's knowledge. We want to learn, we are learning, we are improving, and this is the only success story that we know. This is the only way towards success. So again, thank you for this.
Thank you, George, for the good work you do with your team.
Okay, guys. Let's go to Mr. Tasos Rozolis, which from his position as a CEO of AKMON, which is a company which undertakes a lot of defense projects, if I know well, of course, and as president of SEKPY, I think you are the most experienced person in this panel in the field of defense cooperations. So I always had the question, we're making common projects with big companies when we have some defense project, either naval or army projects or whatever. When the project finalized, is it something that the Greek companies have back as an added value and build on this, or we're just, okay, going back to the normal business?
First of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation and congratulate you for the event. This is one of the major targets of SEKPY. We don't want jobs that is one-time project. We want that transfer of know-how to be the, let's say, to be the ownership, in the ownership of the Greek companies, so that they can be members or part of the supply chain of the international companies. Hellenic Defense can initiate a project, but we cannot survive based only on the Greek projects. So our friend here, Mr. Benoit, knows very well that we have requested that the companies that will perform during the 3 Bellara frigates will continue on other projects with Naval Group. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, all the investment that we have done, the Greek companies and also Naval Group. So yes, it's very important, but it needs also the common agreement of the foreign companies to continue.
Yes, that's very, very correct, because the one-time project is something that you can gain something, you can make some money, you put it in your wall with the achievements, but okay, this has to be a continuous project. So, according to your opinion, there is only one question, because we are living in the shipbuilding, in the ship repair area, and of course, I believe personally that defense projects are projects that are especially can be implemented from European shipyards and European companies, because they require discipline, they require quality, they require procedures and documentation and all these things. So it's like the million-dollar question. What is needed to be done, according to your opinion, in order Greece to have a modern, even a successful business in defense industry, shipbuilding industry is the same? What have to be done? Because maybe we need also some other factors. Maybe the state should do something. Maybe, I don't know. Please.
Defense industry, defense shipbuilding is highly depending on the government, on the state. And it is also a big opportunity for Greeks and European shipyards, but also for the Greek shipyards, because defense shipbuilding hasn't to do only with cost. There is no, every country, let's say, is building their own ships in their own shipyards. And that means that we need a strategy from Hellenic government. Hellenic Navy should request that the ships and the repairs of the ships and submarines should be performed in Greece. Like we see in France, we have Naval Group, where the state of France has a great portion of the shareholding. Why? Because it's a matter of strategy. It's not only economy. When we discuss about defense industry, we see what's happening now in Ukraine, what's happening in Israel. Greece should be able to build and support their own vessels. Not build from zero. We have to be realistic. There are other countries that they have history and investments of many years and technology, but we should be able to do what we are doing now, for example, like with Salamis, and in future to build under license or in cooperation the ships or submarines, like we have done in the past, in Skaramagas. Okay, so it's very important, and the most important thing is that we need a defense strategy, defense industry strategy from Hellenic government, something that today is still missing.
Of course, it's missing, yes. But I had one more thing to say about this, because we are living in strange times, Tasos, and you can see around a lot of our neighbors, for example, they are developing their own defense industry. Are we finally? We are good constructors. We can. I think in every project that we participate as constructors of a defense program, big defense program, we're performing well. But we have to go to the next step. According to my opinion, we have to take gaining this know-how. I think we have to produce our own product, to develop our own product, to develop our ideas and innovations. Do we finally have the know-how? Do we have the engineers? Do we have the people and the ideas and the innovations in order to create our own defense industry and then to have customers other than the Hellenic Navy or the Hellenic Army or whatever?
I think that the example of Israel is a very good example. It's wrong to believe that we have to manufacture everything from Greece. We are a country of 10 million. We have to concentrate on certain areas that we have the advantage of, let's say, competitive advantage, and this is not making ships or making tanks or making airplanes. We can concentrate on electronics or on some cyber defense or some specific final products like optics or other. But in the same time, we should not just buy the basic armaments, but we should request from our government to ask the foreign manufacturers to include the Greek companies inside their chain of supply, to be in the big teams that they now are going to make the new main European battle tank, the new European corvette, patrol corvette. This is the only way to survive. If we start now to speak about making a Greek frigate from zero, it's going to be a disaster for the Navy, for the shipyards, for the economy.
I also agree with this, let's say, statement, because we have to find things that are, let's say, more adapting to our economy, to our country, to our know-how, and to the engineering that I think that we have in a very high level. Okay, so Benoit, to you now, my next question, because you are from a very strong country. You're not a Greek guy, eh? So okay, you're a French guy. So you're a very strong country. You have a lot of a very big naval vessels and air carriers, and we all know that in our times we have a lot of conflicts in the Mediterranean Sea. A lot of ships are patrolling all around this area. Greek ships, French ships, Allied ships. So, do you believe, after your, let's say, experience with cooperation with Greek companies, why not to establish a repair hub in Greece for naval vessels, in order to be able to give services to all these vessels that are patrolling in our area?
Okay, what I can tell you that, at least for the FDI frigate, for the Hellenic Navy, in fact, when the Navy signs a contract, they sign two contracts at the same time, one for the building of the frigates, but another one for the maintenance of the frigates. So we already have a contract for maintaining the frigates, all the frigates, but which is something very new for the Greek Navy. Usually they were allocating on the case by case the contracts to single company, to each companies, and now we have, at least for the FDI, we have a contract, and we are going to irrigate once again the Greek companies, because we want to work with the Greek companies. So of course the companies which are already involved in building equipment, parts of the ship, will be fully involved in service support of the frigate, but there will be also other one. And our intention, at least I'm speaking for my window, is that because we have created a company in Greece, Naval Group Hellas, in March 2023, is to be able to support the FDI and also the French Navy ships which are operating in the area. As you mentioned, that the tension is the area, so our main base is in Toulon, and we have very often our ships having calls in Greek ports, in Crete, in Piraeus, and so our intention is also to support these vessels, but together with our Greek partners.
It's very good news this because this maybe it's a starting point in order to even to make it better or to increase or to develop new businesses. So I think you are in a good track. You are in good hands here in Greece.
Thank you.
So George, I know that you are a great fan of innovations and new challenges. So could you please share with us your secret idea, I don't know, any plan, any innovation, anything that you have in your mind that you believe that it adapt, as you say, to the Greek shipbuilding and ship repair business, or something that, okay, we have to do it a new thing in order to go further and to have a central role in the European shipbuilding.
We are living in a time where we see, let me put it in this way, it's not exactly like this, but just to give you the idea that I have. We have a two-tier shipping market. We have the global shipping market and we have the European shipping market, which is developing at the moment. It's booming, starting to boom right now. And this is basically based on regional shipping that's required for the European countries, and it's also emission-based. We all know this. This gives rise, in my opinion, to a coming boom in European shipbuilding. It would make perhaps not much sense, perhaps, it's just my opinion. It would not make sense to order the ships that Europe needs in China or somewhere in the Far East. It would make more sense to use European money to build European vessels which are going to be servicing the European markets. Ferries, bulk carriers, tankers, LPGs, LNG bunkering vessels, you name it. There's everything that's required in the European shipping market for the years to come. Now, in the past couple of decades, we have seen, unfortunately, many shipyards close and move away from the commercial shipbuilding. And the reason is we were just not competitive enough. The market was not there. The European incentive was not there. Not many things were present to give the boost required to the European shipyards with increased costs compared to the Far East to produce the products that would service the European market. On the other hand now, there is a lot of incentive for new and innovative ships, electrically powered ships, LNG powered, bioethanol powered, you name it, green shipping. It's there, it's here to stay for the European market at least. And when we're talking about regional shipping, we're talking about regional European charters. So they are interested in the fuel saving and energy saving devices. They are interested in CO2 emission reduction because of the emissions market, which is basically in effect. So what would be required for European shipyards to be competitive? I can give you the following answer. Innovation, like you very well said. Automation. Quality thinking. You're a big fan of quality in everything that you do. We've seen that in all your efforts that you've done. And during our cooperation, you have actually helped us raise the bar. And this is what is required. Quality thinking, automation, and the proper management approach to reduce man hours, because this is the killer in shipbuilding. So you need a good, proper shipbuilding management approach. You need panel lines, you need robotic welding, and you need standardized designs that have been designed for production. You need specifically made designs that are there to service the particular market with the fuel-saving devices, able to carry the right parcels, the right size of cargo parcels for the European market. And you need a good combination and sharing of knowledge between all these practices, naval architecture, chartering, and shipbuilding, and ship management, of course, in order for this whole enterprise called European shipbuilding and shipping to be successful. As a shipyard, we have already started an investment plan exactly for this purpose. We are gearing ourselves to be leaders, if we can, especially in Greece, for this innovative shipbuilding season, market, whatever you want, that is coming. It's here and it's coming. We have the know-how, we have the capacity, and we have the fantastic benefit of having worked with Naval Group, who have actually benefited us in finding ways to become more and more competitive, believe it or not, for commercial shipbuilding, because we have gained a lot of knowledge that we did not have because we did not have their type of experience. So we took experience from Lorient, from Paris, from France, and we are now adapting, we are incorporating this knowledge into our design of building procedures, and so far it's working wonders. It is this, along with what I said before, that makes me believe that this is going to be an actual success story. And in terms of innovation, I know that you are actually involved in the design and the production of an electric ferry. Definitely, this is something that is, it will be of benefit to the Greek economy, to the Greek shipping market, because I know it's a ferry that's destined for Greek inter-island service. It is definitely a good example of good old-fashioned proper engineering and good old-fashioned shipbuilding put into place to produce an innovative product, because we keep forgetting. We have forgotten, and the world has forgotten with us, that as Greeks, we are innovators. There's this common knowledge that Greek ship owners are #1 in the world, yes, in terms of capacity. Yes, that is true. Yes, we do have a particular talent in ship management. It is true. I come from a ship owning family, so I do know what other people are doing, and I do understand. But being also shipbuilders, let me tell you that we have forgotten the times where we were innovators. I mentioned Niarchos before, and I urge people to look into this and do research as to what the Scaramanga yards have accomplished. Jumboising of tankers, huge conversions, this, that, the other, amazing projects. I don't want to mention the Salamis shipyards projects. I've said it in interviews, in articles, whatever, and I'm constantly repeating myself. But we as Greeks are innovators, not just in shipping and ship management. We were, are, and will be innovators in shipbuilding as well. We can, because we have the understanding and the capacity to do things differently. So this is my opinion, and I think that we are very well suited. This organization is very well suited to aid this effort and bring it into fruition and see results coming out of Greece that the rest of the world did not think possible. For instance, and I'm really proud of this, what we are doing with Naval Group at the moment. From what I understand, I think you're happy with us.
Absolutely.
Okay. So many more people can be happy with all the great companies here, because it's a matter of being able to do things very, very well if we try and put our mind to it and be open to new techniques and understandings and always quality management.
Oh, thank you, George, because, you know, I'm very satisfied with your answer, because before you answered me, I had two worries. One was I think that the buffet is already working, and I'm worried about what will be left for us. And the second was the regeneration of Hellenic shipyards, and now I'm okay with the regeneration. I think with such an approach, there is a future for the Hellenic shipbuilding and ship repair, and this is the right approach in order to be able to build brick by brick. There are no solutions out of the hat of the magician. It's you have to work, you have to build, you have to make one step after the other. But this is what is missing, I think, in the Greek shipbuilding, to go further, to build on success stories one by one, and to what you gain to invest back into your business. This is very important, and I would like to have the final comment from you, from Tasos, and from Benoit about this. Benoit, please.
Yes, so George mentioned the innovation, a lot of, would say, new steps to progress. If I would just point one domain, on which, of course, there are a lot of very smart Greek companies also involved. It is a cybersecurity, because for all the ships we are speaking, of course, the FDI is a fully, we say, cyber safe, I would say, but the threats are evolving every day. So it's also it's a threat also for merchant ship, yachting, and so on. And if there is an area where all the shipyards within the world have to invest and to be prepared for, is to increase their capability in cyber security to deliver powerful vessels, but also vessels which are safe and not compromised by attack from outside.
Tasos, you are leading SEKPY. SEKPY, it's something like WIMA, or not? Yeah.
Yes, it's for the defense industry with around 200 companies.
So, my last comment, I don't know, because, you know, we have to promote this. As much work as we have in all these companies which are around the defense, I think we are getting better and increasing the competitiveness of Greek economy. So, what is going on? Do you want to share with us the experience of leading this association, let me say? Is this the different companies that are part of the SEKPY? Are we cooperating together in projects? Are you trying to, let's say, develop some ideas over this field to be able to convince governments and to convince big groups like NAVAL to work with us, even for projects which are not concerning Hellenic Navy or Hellenic Army demands and orders?
First of all, I would like to say that we are doing a very important job trying to make Greek companies to cooperate. We are, as George said, we are very good, we are innovators, but we don't have the legacy, we don't have the culture of cooperation. So we are very good when we are alone and small. It becomes a problem when we try to cooperate, and when you have to do business with companies like NAVAL Group, it's needed to have many companies working together and covering many areas of subcontracting or manufacturing. I can tell you that the biggest problem now in Greece and in Europe is to find people with some skills to want to work in industry. And especially in the shipbuilding industry, I think that all the people who are involved in the shipping and shipbuilding industry, we need to promote, to advertise, working. If you ask young people, they believe in films, what they have seen is from films in 60s or 70s, and people underpaid, not working well, and all these things. So there are new technologies, and we need the industry, together with academia, diplomas in shipbuilding, and not only PhDs and masters and universities. We need people with the medium technical skills.
Diplomas, yes.
That is, for me, that is the biggest problem today, and we have all together to find ways, because I meet with many of the businessmen of the companies, and when you ask them, what is your biggest problem, is I cannot find people to work.
It was, I think, in a previous panel, a technical director of a shipping company, which says, okay, even if we want to build new ships, there is no capacity anymore. Not because there are not new shipyards, but because they don't have the people to man these shipyards. Even if I can buy a new shipyard or create a new shipyard area, I don't have the people to man it. So this is
because they don't know. Unless you live in areas near a shipyard, the young people, they don't know that the salaries are very, very good, much better than the rest of the economy. They can be proud of working in something like that, and also, but they need to take some expertise. 90% of the Greek young people, they finish a general education system, and then they just looking to do something in an office. There should be some work together with the government and the industry to show, to promote, advertise, and educate young people so that they can come and work in the shipbuilding industry.
Yes, correct. This is something that also it's very, very much discussed also in our board in WIMA about this, because all of the companies will have the same problem, and we try to figure out how we can take some initiatives in order to be able to build such people. But of course, the society. It's not still, let's say, they don't feel good with technical workers. They don't feel good with such trades. Anyway, so I think we are at the end of our discussion. I don't know if you have any comment from your side, George, any closing remark or something?
I think this was a fantastic opportunity to share these, to discuss these topics openly. I don't think these are topics that are being discussed enough. I think we agree here that the Greek shipbuilding industry can do with more people working in it. There are jobs to be found. There are opportunities for young people and older people as well. It is a fact, it is an industry that is growing and will continue to grow. So we need to help it grow. Like Tasos said, salaries are not what people think. They're a lot higher in shipyards and shipyard-related companies. So definitely there is work here to be done. There is know-how here to be created. Young people have ideas. Nowadays, I mean, literally, I am computer illiterate. I am useless. I don't remember how to design. I don't. It's a fact. It's a true fact of life. Recently, we've hired young people, 25, 26 years old. I am amazed at their capabilities and their critical thinking. So there are talents in people, but you just have to give them the opportunity to discover their talents. And you have to inspire them to come and work in an industry that is going to boom. So this, I think, it's something that we all have to work together to promote. It's a social topic, but it's also a national topic. It's of national importance as well. This is my opinion.
And myself, for my conclusion, I will reiterate the very positive feedback that we NAVAL Group have with our Greek partners. They deliver in time with quality. We have talents. And once again, the capacity of mobilizing their team is very impressive. So I take this opportunity to thank these two gentlemen, which are one of our very good partners in the project. And we are here for the long term. As Tasos said, it's not one shot. Now all these partners are within our supply chain, which means that they can work for any type of vessels that we have the chance and the honor to produce in France or in other countries.
Tasos?
No, I don't have this at all. Thank you very much.
So, gentlemen, I would like to thank you so much for this very interesting discussion. I think we share our opinions and a lot of good, let's say, comments we will have. If there is any question from the people here, we are here to answer, if we can, of course. If not, I think we will finalize this session. Thanks you once more. And okay, I think now we have a nice buffet and a cocktail, and we can
Thank you.
further discuss. Thank you.
Ευχαριστούμε για την προσοχή σας. Το συνέδριό μας ολοκληρώθηκε. Σας περιμένουμε έξω για ένα μπουφέ να συζητήσουμε τα συμπεράσματα και τις απόψεις σας. Καλό βράδυ.